recently, my best friend and I moved in together. We bought a house, fixed it up. It was a fixer-upper, and we just moved in probably about 2 months ago. Prior to that, I lived by myself. So as you all can imagine, moving from by yourself to living with someone and their daughter can definitely bring light to your pet peeves. The number one thing that they do that continuously drives me nuts is they will come into the house with their muddy, wet shoes on, track mud throughout the house. And I either have to deal with it or clean it up or confront them to clean it up themselves. That can be a sticky situation. Another thing that she does drives me insane, and other people do it too. I've been to other people's houses. Go to get ice cubes in their ice cube tray, and there's no ice cubes, or maybe one or two. Well, in my house, we don't have an automatic ice maker, so we constantly have to fill it up, freeze it, wait for it to freeze, and then have ice cubes. Well, whenever I want to go make a smoothie, it takes more than 2 ice cubes, and when I go to get ice cubes, happens all the time. Another thing that she does is she will leave the cap off of things, like the lid. She likes to leave the caps off of drinks. She'll take them off, misplace them, throw them away. I go to get something out of the fridge and the milk will be missing the lid. It's just gone. I actually made her get her own toothpaste because she kept losing the toothpaste cap, and that drives me insane. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my best friend and she's an awesome person, an awesome roommate, but living with someone, like I said, brings out your pet peeves. Outside of the home, I definitely have some pet peeves also. I'm sure all of you can relate when it comes to driving. Turn signals, people who don't stop at stop signs, and another weird thing is people who brake with their left foot. If I notice that, my dad is guilty of it, I can't stand it. I'm like, 1-footer, brake gas. Lastly, another thing that really drives me nuts is people who don't use manners, people who don't say please or thank you, and especially whenever I see children not saying please and thank you and you're welcome. Strangers, adults who won't hold the door for other people, strangers, elderly that come up, they'll just let it slam in their face. I always go out of my way to make sure that I hold the door for people. Courtesy, it's all. And like when people say, hi, how are you? They aren't saying it because it's their job. Most of the time they genuinely care. So don't ignore them, acknowledge them, and answer them. Ask them how they're doing.